Well, hi folks, my name is Willa Jonese, also known as Dr. Epiphone. And this is my first visit to the Czech Republic, and I'm excited to be here. What I've seen of Prague, driving through here rapidly, it's a beautiful city, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of it tonight. And this is the end of a week. I've been touring over in Poland all week. And this is now officially my 14th country this year. So it's been a busy year so far. On the road telling people about the wondrous name of Epiphone. Today, this little clinic is probably going to be, how many people have been to a guitar, I can't talk, the end of the week, rewind. How many people have been to a guitar clinic before? A guitar clinic? Kind of, sort of, not really? Okay, well, if you have, this is not going to be one of those. This is going to be a little bit different. I'm mostly just going to talk. But also, I'm going to talk a little bit about Epiphone history because it's important. And number two, I'm going to open up this guitar case, which it's my mobile guitar lab. To the people at the airport security, it's a guitar case full of junk. But to you, it will be a classroom full of Epiphone and guitar science learning today. And which means, just like in science class, I've got some little props and gizmos that I'm going to pass around the audience for you to personally inspect and go, ooh, that's cool. So when we get to that part, I'm not sure which way I'll start. I'm left-handed, even though I play right-handed, but I'll start over here at the left, and with the happy couple over here that I'm going to marry them. We're going to have a special ceremony later at the end of today's clinic. I have the authority in the name of Epiphone to do that. I'm not sure which country it's legal in, but we'll find one. But I'm going to pass the stuff to you. If you guys would pass it through the audience, and I guess you there, sir, with the blue and white striped shirt, would pile the stuff in the pile over here, and I'll pick it up when we're done. So we're going to talk about Epiphone history briefly. Then we're going to open up the mobile guitar lab, and then I'm going to talk about a few of the Epiphone models we have here around us, including some new stuff for 2010, some exciting new models. Well, you know, Epiphone has been around for a long time. A lot of people don't know that we're actually older than our parent company, Gibson. We are part of a Gibson family of brands. There's many different brands within the Gibson family of brands. We're one of them. And we're actually a little bit older. Epiphone started back in 1873 in Sparta, Greece. We're fairly near Greece, more so than I usually am. And that was in, of course, 1873. Remember the movie 300, the Spartans? That's us. Yep, see, we got the red, you know. Oh, we've got a red cape at home. We moved to New York in 1903 and started making instruments in New York City in 1904 under the brand name of A. Stathopoulos, and that stood for Anastasios Stathopoulos. Big, long Greek name. And within a few years, he brought his sons into the business, and they changed the name to House of Stathopoulos. And later, and around the early, probably around 1915, Anastasios died. And Epaminondas Stathopoulos, his oldest son, took over the company, along with Phrixo and Orpheus, his brothers. That's Orpheus, not Morpheus. Morpheus is in the Matrix movie. Anyway. So Epaminondas takes over the company. At this time, we're making mandolins, mandolas, flutes, violins, guitars, banjos, a lot of different stuff. Epaminondas, or Epi, as he was called, is his nickname. Thank God he had a nickname. Said, we need a new brand name. House of Stathopoulos is very long and hard to spell and pronounce and doesn't fit in the sound hole label of the mandolin. So he came up with a cool idea. He took his nickname, which was Epi, and the Greek word for sound, which is phone, put them together, and that's how we get the name Epiphone. I got this guitar for half price. I have the other half at home that I use to play power chords. And yes, I'm kind of just a half-ass guitar player. But This is half of an Epiphone Les Paul Standard Plus. And we've cut it in half to show you that it's a real Les Paul. Notice it's a big old chunk of mahogany, long neck tenon. It's the real deal. And look, it says Les Paul on the headstock. Remember, only Epiphone and Gibson can make a real Les Paul. You know, we lost Les Paul this last year at August 13th at the age of 94 years old. He was still playing 2 shows every Monday night in New York at the Iridium Jazz Club until just a couple weeks before he died. Amazing guy, 2 shows every Monday night. And not only, of course, did he invent the solid body electric guitar, he invented multi-track tape recording. Did you know that? Now you can punch in and not have to be as good as those people back in the 40s. You know, back in the day, they had one tape, one microphone, you get around the mic, and let's hope this turns out well, you know? Pretty amazing. Multi-track tape recording. Reverb. Les invented reverb. Looping. The internet, global warming, you name it, he came out with it. He was Les Paul. Here's one we made a couple of years ago for shredders, just for general purpose, because it's here. This is a prophecy collection. The prophecy stuff is made for shredders. 24 frets, slim speed taper, satin finish neck. And this has active EMG pickups, lovely quilt top, plate inlay. It's made for shredders. It will hurt you, so you must use caution, play with caution. All right, well listen guys, thank you very much for your time and attention. I appreciate you guys coming out here to see this guy that you don't know who he is, and some guy from Nashville, and I appreciate you taking the time to hang out with us today. And I hope you've learned something about Epiphone, and that you want to buy a whole bunch of Epiphones, but also, more so, that you learned a little bit more about the guitar and music. And I want to encourage you, leave you with this one little thought. You know, when you play a musical instrument, it's like having a superpower. You know, it's something you can do that your friends can't do. It's such a cool thing, you know, and you can share it. You can teach it to your friends. It's a superpower that you can actually share. But when you play music, I think it's one of the cool, defining things that makes us human. And it's one of the few hobbies, I think, if you want to call it a hobby, it's more of a passion that I think direct connects to our soul. I think it's a pretty cool thing, and I applaud you for playing music and guitar and whatever else you play, and I encourage you also to stick with it, and hope you make Epiphone part of that musical journey. Thank you very much for your time.